The music industry built legends out of raw talent and perfect timing. But the same spotlight that created icons also magnified their worst decisions. Some careers ended in scandal. Others collapsed under the weight of ego, addiction, or one catastrophic moment. Here are 10 musicians who destroyed their own careers. Number 10, Milli Vanilli. The 1990 Grammy for Best New Artist should have cemented their place in pop history. Rob Pilatus and Fab Morvan had sold 30 million records worldwide with hits like Girl You Know It's True and Blame It on the Rain.
Blame it on the rain that was falling.
Then the truth emerged. They never sang a single note on their albums. Producer Frank Farian had hired session vocalists to record everything while Pilatus and Morvan served as photogenic lip syncers. The facade cracked during a July 1989 live performance when their backing track skipped and looped. Farian confessed in November 1990. Their Grammy was revoked, the only time in history that has happened. Arista Records dropped them immediately. Pilatus struggled with depression and addiction, dying in a Frankfurt hotel room in 1998 at age 32. Number 9, Gary Glitter. Glam rock's Sequined Showman dominated British charts throughout the early 70s. Rock and Roll Part 2 became one of the most recognizable stadium anthems in sports history. Glitter sold over 18 million records and commanded massive audiences across Europe. His career seemed bulletproof until a computer technician made a discovery in 1997. The technician found child abuse images on Glitter's laptop. A 1999 UK conviction followed. Glitter fled to Southeast Asia, where Cambodia deported him in 2002, and Vietnam convicted him of child abuse in 2006. A 2015 UK trial resulted in a 16-year prison sentence. Sports teams stopped playing his anthem. Radio stations purged his catalog. Complete erasure. Number 8, Sinéad O'Connor. Nothing Compares to You reached number 1 in 18 countries in 1990. The Irish singer's haunting voice made her one of music's most talked about artists. Prince's song became her signature. Sales collapsed. She never had another major U.S. hit. History vindicated her message. Her commercial career never recovered. Number 7, Vanilla Ice.
Check out the hook when my DJ revolves it. Let me hear you.
Ice Ice Baby made history in November 1990 as the first hip-hop song to top the Billboard Hot 100. To the Extreme sold 15 million copies. Robert Van Winkle seemed positioned to become rap's crossover king.
Now that the party is jumping, with the bass kicked in and the Vegas all pumping, quick to the point, no faking. Cooking it.
Then journalists started digging into his backstory. He had claimed Miami street credibility and connections to the local hip-hop scene. Investigators revealed Van Winkle actually grew up in comfortable middle-class suburbs of Dallas, Texas. When confronted about sampling Queen and David Bowie's Under Pressure, he initially denied it, despite the obvious similarity. An out-of-court settlement followed. The combination of fabricated credentials and dishonesty made him the industry's biggest joke. His 1994 follow-up sold poorly and failed to chart.
Oh yeah!
Number 6, Pete Best. The The original drummer played with the Beatles from 1960 through their legendary Hamburg residencies and their famous Decca audition. Best kept the beat during the grinding club years that forged the band's identity. Then manager Brian Epstein delivered devastating news on August 16, 1962. Best was out. Ringo Starr was in. Producer George Martin had expressed concerns about Best's drumming in studio settings. Best reportedly refused to adopt the mop-top haircut and kept himself socially separate. Love Me Do was released weeks after his firing. Beatlemania followed. Best fell into depression and spent decades as a civil servant while his former bandmates became the most successful act in history. Number 5. Lauryn Hill. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill debuted at number 1 in August 1998 and eventually sold 19 million copies worldwide. 5 Grammy Awards followed in February 1999, including Album of the Year. At 23, she stood at the absolute peak of the music industry. Then she walked away from almost all of it. No proper follow-up album materialized. Concert appearances became notorious for extreme lateness, sometimes hours past scheduled start times. Performances devolved into rambling sermons instead of songs. In 2013, a federal court sentenced her to 3 months in prison for failing to pay approximately $1.8 million in taxes. One of the greatest talents of her generation became one of music's most frustrating what-ifs. Number 4. The Dixie Chicks. Best-selling female. Group of all time had moved over 30 million albums by 2002. Wide Open Spaces and Home both debuted at number 1. Country radio embraced them completely. Then came March 10, 2003, a London concert. Lead singer Natalie Maines addressed the crowd about the impending Iraq War. We're ashamed that the President of the United States is from Texas.
Just so you know, we're ashamed the President of the United States is from Texas.
In the patriotic climate following September 11th, the backlash was immediate and brutal. Country stations organized CD-crushing events. Cumulus Media, owning over 260 stations, pulled their music.
If these are life's lessons, she'll take this.
Death threats required full-time security. One sentence destroyed a commercial juggernaut. Their 2006 album won 5 Grammys. Country radio still refused to play it. Number 3. Michael Jackson. Thriller remains the best-selling album in history with approximately 70 million copies sold worldwide. The 1982 release transformed popular music and made Jackson the most famous entertainer on earth. Music videos became cinematic events. Moonwalking entered the cultural vocabulary. Then strange decisions accumulated. Obsessive plastic surgeries, the oxygen chamber stories, naming his ranch Neverland. The 1993 child molestation allegations resulted in a reported $23 million settlement. New allegations in 2003 led to a 2005 trial and acquittal on all counts. But his commercial peak had passed. Massive debt accumulated. Prescription drug addiction worsened. On June 25, 2009, he died at age 50 from a propofol overdose. The king of pop, undone incrementally by his own choices.
You close your eyes and go that this is just imagination.
Number 2. Cat Stevens.
Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world.
Wild World, Peace Train, and Father and Son defined sensitive singer-songwriter artistry in the early 70s. Tea for the Tillerman in 1970 and Teaser and the Firecat in 1971 achieved multi-platinum status.
Oh, peace train sounding loud, ride on the peace train.
Stevens represented thoughtful folk pop at its peak. In 1977, he converted to Islam, changed his name to Yusuf Islam, and abruptly retired from music.
It's getting nearer, soon it will all be true.
That dramatic exit would have been enough. But in 1989, when Ayatollah Khomeini issued a fatwa against author Salman Rushdie, Stevens appeared to endorse it during a UK television appearance. Former fans burned his records. Stations pulled his music. The peace-loving folk icon seemed transformed into a religious extremist. He eventually returned to recording in 2006. His legacy remains permanently complicated.
You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to go through.
Number 1. Elvis Presley. The king of rock and roll revolutionized popular music in the late 1950s. 18 number 1 singles. Over 500 million records sold worldwide. A cultural impact that reshaped everything from fashion to social attitudes. By 1960, Elvis Presley was the most famous entertainer on earth. Then Colonel Tom Parker steered him toward 31 formulaic Hollywood films while the British invasion passed him by. The 1968 comeback special proved he still had the talent. A Las Vegas residency beginning in 1969 initially drew triumph, but the grueling schedule combined with prescription drug addiction and weight gain transformed the king into a tragic spectacle. His entourage enabled, rather than intervened. On August 16, 1977, at 42, he was found dead at Graceland. The greatest career in rock history, undone by the man who built it.
Suck a little